Hey, hey, hey. I hope you all are doing well. I wanted to come up here today live to talk about why experience is the best teacher. I was reminded of that in a recent conversation, and I think it's important for us, regardless of where we are on our speaking and training journey or our thought leadership journey, that we think about the concept of experience and understanding that you, yes, you, every single one of you, are worthy of sharing your message right now. And there's only one thing that's actually blocking you from being able to fully go out there and share your message. And oftentimes that is you. I'm Jasmine Haley. I am the founder of Legacy Scalar, and I'm the founder of Beyond the Prophy. And I have the privilege and an honor to be an award winning educator and a corporate trainer in the healthcare communication and public speaking sector. And I absolutely love the work that I do. Whether I am providing clinical care to my patients in public health, whether I am behind the podium in a classroom teaching my students, or I have the opportunity, as I do this week, to go in front of leaders in the aging services and help them be able to communicate more effectively to bring more visibility to the work that they do for their marginalized population. But often, what's standing in the way for most of us who are aspiring and emerging speakers is being able to understand how and what exactly to do. Let me share some quotes with you all that I pulled up. Julius Caesar said, "Experience is the best teacher." But notice this quote as well from Oscar Wilde. He said, "Experience is the hardest kind of teacher. It gives you the test first and the lesson afterward." If you happen to be watching this live or on replay, type a one in the chat if you agree that although experience is the best teacher, it is often the hardest teacher for most of us. And believe you me, I know that firsthand, whether it's been in my role as an educator, as a clinician, or as a professional speaker. And I have been committed since 2015 that wherever I go, wherever I'm sharing my voice, I'm helping to transform lives. It's a part of my legacy. And a part of my legacy is the work that I'm doing now to help others be able to either be the best clinician they could be, to be the best educator they can be, or to be the best business person where they can go out there and share their message and make an impact with the communities that they serve, and for the impact that they desire to make for years to come. So I decided to take the experience that I have particularly dealt with being a speaker and compile it into a transformative experience that is coming up in 11 days. Have y'all heard? I am hosting the Legacy Speaker Summit. That is a virtual summit that is specifically geared towards aspiring and emerging speakers. So let's first talk about who specifically is this for? Because I think it's important for us to realize that wherever we are in our journey, there are steps that we have to take. So, an aspiring speaker is someone that's just beginning their speaking journey. They're learning the basics of speaking and they're starting to understand what their niche and their message is, but they are exploring it. For someone that's emerging, you kind of know what your niche and your message is going to be. You may have some experience speaking and you may have done a few speaking gigs, but you really haven't established something that allows you to have routine speaking where you feel like, you know what, this is aiding towards the revenue goals that I expect to have in my business or in my brand. So if you feel like any of those 2 points identify with you, you need to continue to listen in because what I've created is absolutely amazing. This is not just another speaking conference. This is a time for you to understand what you need to have strategic career growth. And let me explain to you that when you are intentionally looking at the way in which you show up in your industry, regardless of what industry you're in, When you're intentional about it, when you're strategic with it, when you're purposeful with it, when you serve with heart, you will notice that the work that you put out there will make an impact, so much so that you will continue to be able to build up more of a robust speaking and training foundation because you've learned exactly what it is that you need to do. Here's a great example. I took a break for almost 5 years, specifically in healthcare. And during that entire time, people were still downloading my podcasts. People were still inquiring of my speaking services, although I was no longer in that particular industry. And many of that, I would say many of the people that reached out was because of relationships, but also because of the impact that was made from when I was taking the stage. So I think it's critical for us when we're thinking about our powerful message, when we're thinking about speaking engagements, and when we're thinking about elevating our brand to new heights, it doesn't always matter what your specific experience level is as far as taking the stage. What matters is how you package yourself, and what matters is the impact that you're making when you do take the stage. So, what I'm going to be covering for you at this virtual speaker summit is laid out exactly here. We're going to talk about getting organized because being organized is absolutely critical for you to be able to leverage speaking and training in your professional industry. We're going to talk about storytelling techniques, what's absolutely necessary for you so that when you take the stage, you wow your audiences and people want you to return back. We're going to talk about creating your signature talk, what that looks like. And then we're going to have interactive breakout rooms so that you can have feedback from our peers, as well as looking at the frameworks in which I'm going to share with you during our time. And then our afternoon session is going to be covering navigating the speaking and training industry, what we need to be aware of when we're going out there and we're pitching, what diversifying our income will look like as an aspiring and emerging speaker. And then I have a closing keynote for you so that you understand how important it is for you to continue to share your message and to not give up. So I've created this space specifically because I believe that anyone can speak, right? But everyone can make an impact. And I think it's important that even though you may be starting on your journey with speaking and training, that you get exactly what you need so that you can go out there and be able to share your message in an effective way, but make it make sense to your overarching goal. And we're going to talk about those goals. So during our time, we will have direct engagement with myself. We'll have some digital handouts and templates, and then 30 days access to the recording. The details for you to be able to sign up are found at jasminehaley.com/speaker summit. There's a one-time fee that you have to pay. And if you are curious to know what others have said about attending our workshops, attending our sessions, this is a great way to get a taste of what it's like to be in our sphere of influence and to feel the incredible energy that happens when we collectively come together. So the doors close for this event Saturday, September 14th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have a few more days to join our summit because our summit is taking place 11 days from now. 11 days, 15 hours, 9 minutes, and 54 seconds from now, we're going to have it. And it's going to be an incredible experience where we're going to have an intimate group of other leaders and other speakers, and we're going to actively work towards your goals as an inspiring and emerging speaker. This is not going to be fluff. This is meant for you to have exactly what you need to go forth in your specific industry and to start making more strategic actions that will lead to your specific goals. And one of the key points that you have to understand when it comes to leveraging your voice in the speaking and training industry, it's a little difficult to be able to maintain the same energy and the excitement when you are constantly pitching, my friends. And so how do we work through that? How do we keep moving forward? How do we keep building a brand so that others are interested in being able to hire us. So we're going to cover that for our Legacy Speaker Summit. And I'm so very excited to be able to share the exact experience that I have dealt with as a once aspiring and emerging speaker, and what is actually working today. Not only what worked for me in the past, but what is working for me today, so that I can also book speaking gigs as a fellow speaker and trainer. So I can't wait to see you all there. I know experience is one of the best teachers, and it is something that is an incredible resource for us, right? As we are leveraging our own skills. But of course, it's always nice to avoid some of those hard lessons if possible, if we can leverage the experience of others. So come on in and leverage the experience that I have been able to use for my own speaking career in healthcare as well as outside of healthcare. We will see you September 21st. Our registration is closing September 14th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you've got any questions about this event, feel free and drop your details in the comments below, and I'll be sure to respond. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.